Hi, everyone. So this may end up being one of the final videos for you guys this semester, but I did want to go over a couple of things for class. Okay, so you're about to begin work on your final essay, and I want to reiterate to you guys the importance of taking this in a very specific order, in particular as it deals with your thesis and your topic, okay? Understand that before you begin research, the topic and the thesis are not the same thing. You're supposed to go into your research with the topic in mind. So if your debate is over abortion, then your topic is actually abortion, right? Your thesis will include your stance on abortion, as well as the reasons behind your stance for your abortion. But when you go into your research, begin with the big topic, okay? Works the same thing with any other topic that you may pick, maybe the legalization of marijuana, which I know some of you have looked at, maybe whether dieting is good or bad, different, whatever the topic is up to you. But remember to approach it not as a thesis statement, but as a topic going into it, okay? And the reason behind this is that you will find much more support for whatever thesis you do finally end up going with when you begin to write your paper, if you are allowing those sources to actually shape your opinion. And it'll happen intuitively if you don't go into it with a mindset already in place that you're looking for something, because we look for the things that we're looking for when you read. Interpretation is always a part of that reading process. So keep that in mind as you go forward, that you're limiting what you get out of your sources if you go into it already knowing or already having an opinion set in stone before you are prepared to look at that source and use that source for what it's there for, all right? So going with a topic, not a thesis. And I have a couple of handouts that I'm attaching in this announcement for you guys that I want you to use. The first is a research matrix. You're not required to use this. Remember, it was extra credit, but I think it will help you a great deal if you do, okay? And it will look something like this. Let me hold this up so that you can see this, these little squares here. Every one of these lines is specific to the sources that you read. There's one, it's basically a literature review matrix. It asks you what the author and date of the essay is. It asks you the main points of the essay, key evidence, major discussion points, and then your response for it. Okay, so it's guiding you for how to read it effectively so that you can organize all of the information in it. And for each entry that you have, if you do that for every source that you read, you'll have it all compiled onto one document. And when you're looking at it, key evidence, major discussion points, and your response, you can look for connections across all of the sources that you read on that one sheet. So it'll make writing the evidence portion of your essay much easier, right? It's all right there. But it will also make shaping your ideas for your thesis better. And here's the thing, if you allow those sources to shape your ideas, you may find that especially, even if your stance doesn't change, because your stance frequently won't change based on it, but the reasons behind your stance, even if they're the same basic reasons, they will be much more nuanced and easier for you to articulate as you're writing. So that's a really important aspect to keep in mind as well, all right? Once you finish the research matrix and you are ready to shape your thesis, then you're ready to go to your pre-writing and then work on your outline, okay? I have a very specific outline that I want you guys to use. It will look like this. I'll hold this up so you can see. This is the first page. This entire section right here is over your thesis statement. If you want a complete thesis statement and not a working thesis. Now, remember, a working thesis is pretty much just your topic and your stance, but not your reasons behind it, okay? But if you want everything, use this, fill in the blank, and it will put together a thesis statement that includes both your topic, your stance, not both, but all of your topic, your stance, and then your reasons behind that. And it will make, of course, organizing and writing the entire essay much easier, because that is then the backbone of the essay that you write, okay? And I want you to remember that once you've written that thesis statement, it's important that you keep it in mind. You can't just forget it and then assume that it's going to organize everything on its own. You're supposed to use that thesis, okay? For that reason, the outline, it will begin at the top pretty much with a reminder of what the thesis statement is. So when I go to the next page, it'll be tedious for you at first, but this is to help solidify that idea of the role of the thesis in the essay. The essay will always start with your thesis statement. I want you to always have it at the top, even when you're beginning to write on a new topic. So when you're on the second topic, when you're on the second topic sentence, your thesis statement is still there so that you can remember, oh, okay, this is the point that I'm supporting. I'm going to put it right here, and then I'm going to go down. Then you'll turn the page or go to the next page. It's on the back, actually, for these. Your thesis is going to be there again, okay? but it'll be the third reason. And so maybe then your third topic will go just like that. So you're going to follow that pattern as you go throughout it. And if you use that, it will help keep your mind on the very strategic sentences that you've already written, and it'll keep them organized for you. Organization is so important because remember, writing in America and Western society in general, it's linear. All right. It's not like Eastern writing, for example, is circular. We use a linear pattern, which means that it should be right straight down a line, and I can pinpoint where all of those parts should be, right? If you follow that framework, it makes writing it so much easier. I could write a good research paper in a couple of hours as long as I have my information right in front of me and I've got a good outline to go by, right? So it's worth it to spend the time on that. It will save you a lot of time overall, and you'll end up with a much stronger paper as a result of it. So please do take the time to, if you don't use the research matrix, to at least use the outline that I've given you to help guide that framework, and it will hopefully make your essay a lot more organized, well organized as you go through it, okay? But that's what I want you guys to begin on today. Hopefully you submitted your revisions. Remember, your revisions do go in Blackboard. They don't go in an email to me, okay? I have it set up in Blackboard so that you can give multiple submissions. So make sure you're putting it in the correct space. It will notify me that a new submission has come in. So there's no reason for you to have to bother with that, okay? All right, you guys should begin work as soon as you're ready. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me as well, okay?